Hey guys, it's Raul again, and today I'll be sharing with you guys some of my favorite fictional books that are inspired by real-life events or by real-life people. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I post videos every Tuesday and Friday. Now let's go ahead and get started. Now the first book on this list of recommendations slash favorites list is Next Year in Havana by Chanel Cleeton, and not just Next Year in Havana, but the entire Cuba saga by Chanel Cleeton. Currently there are 3 books out. And the 4th book, I believe, comes out sometime in April. But this series is absolutely amazing. It follows the Perez family, who is a very wealthy family in Cuba. And it follows kind of the events in history, at least the first 2 books, of when Fidel Castro takes power in Cuba, and all the things that are kind of happening in Cuba as this new dictatorship kind of emerges, what's going on with this family and everything. And this series is absolutely brilliant. I've talked about this before on my channel. I'm eventually going to do an author highlight video about Chanel Cleeton and this series because it's absolutely amazing. I'm currently about 80% through book 4 because I was lucky enough to get an ARC a little while ago. So eventually I'm going to do a full spoiler-free review on that book and on this series because it's absolutely incredible. I mean, so many of the things that are going on in this book are just so historically accurate and wonderful to read about. I mean, if you guys don't know about Cuban history or Cuban culture at all, this is a series that I highly, highly recommend. I don't believe that the Perez family is a real-life family, but all of the events and everything that's going on within history, within these books, are absolutely accurate, and I absolutely love it and highly recommend it if you guys enjoy historical fiction. This is a series that I highly recommend you guys pick up because it is absolutely wonderful. Next book I have on this recommendations list is The Red Umbrella by Cristina Diaz-Gonzalez. This is a middle grade story that also follows Cuban history, and it follows a time where, as well, at the beginning of Castro's reign, there were people that were sending their children to the United States because they didn't really know what was going to go on with children. There were a lot of rumors that children were going to be forced to become part of the military, so parents became very scared and started sending their children to the United States on their own to these centers that were run by the Catholic Church, in hopes that they would find, safety and refuge and stuff in the United States, and the parents would come and reunite with them afterwards. A lot of these children were not reunited, unfortunately, with their parents, and some of them, were, but it tells such a kind of gripping, sad, and heartbreaking story of these 2 children who are sent to the United States with the uncertainty of them not knowing if they're going to see their parents again, and then everything that happens to them when they're in the United States, the culture shock, everything that's going on with them learning this new language, not knowing who they're going to be living with. And this book is absolutely incredible. I have done a full spoiler-free review, which I will link somewhere on the screen if you guys want to check that out. But this is incredible. The historical accuracy, everything that's going on, I highly, highly recommend it. And again, another historical fiction, another middle grade story, so younger readers can definitely get into it. But this was an absolutely powerful, powerful read that I highly recommend you guys checking out. Now, the next couple of books may not be considered true events for everybody. It just depends on kind of your religious beliefs. In Christian belief, I'm a Christian, I read the Bible and believe in the Bible and everything. So for me, these are considered historically accurate. If that's not your belief, then they might not be considered historically accurate for you or based off of true events, but they are for me. So I figured I would go ahead and throw these on this list as well. And I'm lumping them both together, even though they're from 2 different authors, because they kind of follow the same storyline. And that is Demon by Tosca Lee and Lucifer's Flood by Linda Rios Brooks. Now, these are both based off of the story of Lucifer when he is kind of cast out of heaven and everything that kind of transpires after he gets cast onto earth, everything that happens after he's kind of shunned by God and everything. And these are absolutely incredible. I mean, they're both based off of that kind of general story, but they're both completely different. Demon is a standalone, and Lucifer's Flood is the first book in a 4-book series. I still need to read books 3 and 4 in the series, but the first 2 books are absolutely incredible. This one follows more the story, again, of Lucifer and everything that's going on, while Demon follows a little bit more of kind of the creation of humanity, the creation of the world, and how it's seen through Lucifer's eyes. And it's just, again, absolutely incredible. If you guys are looking for some Christian fiction that is more kind of on the suspenseful side, I guess, I highly recommend these two because based off of biblical history and everything, I feel like these are very good to kind of read and get kind of a different perspectives, even though it may be fictional perspectives, but still very based off of true events, you know, in the Christian faith. And the last book I have on this list is Legacy of Kings by Eleanor Herman. This is the first book in the Bloods of Gods and Royals series, and it is a YA series with some light magic in there that's inspired by the life of Alexander the Great. So it follows Alexander the Great as a teenager and so many things that happen throughout this one. Eleanor Herman is a historian, so a lot of the events and the things and the people that Alexander interacts with, from what I've heard or what I've been told, are very historically accurate. So this is another one that I highly recommend because it is absolutely incredible. I've read the first 2 books in the series and have not completed the last 2 books. And I am hoping to do that at some point this year. I will most likely end up starting this series again and binging through it at some point, probably toward the end of the year. But this is one that I highly recommend, again, because of the historical accuracies from what I've been told. I'm not extremely familiar with the story of Alexander the Great, but there are other people that I've seen talk about the series that do say that it's historically accurate, and I just absolutely love this one and highly, highly recommend it. More people absolutely need to read this series and enjoy it if you guys like kind of that kind of history that follows Alexander the Great around that time period and everything. I think you guys are really going to enjoy this series. So yeah, guys, it is it for some of my favorite books that are inspired by true events or true people. Comment down below. Let me know if you guys have read any of these and what your thoughts are. If you guys have any of your favorites that are inspired by true events, any of your favorite historical fiction, I would absolutely love to know because I'm always looking for some great historical fiction recommendations as well and some kind of historical retellings. I absolutely love this kind of genre. Thank you guys all again for watching, and I will see you all next time.